So the other day I was in Palm Springs filming for a real estate agent client that I have, and I had a little mishap with my drone. I hit a tree, and that has never happened to me. So it has to be talked about. Should you get your drone license? Hey, my name is Simeon, and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome, and I hope you stick around for more content. And if you're one of my subscribers, thank you, and I always appreciate you guys. Now, let's just get right into the topic. I have never crashed a drone before. Being a licensed drone pilot, I was doing something that I should have done, which is basically flying and not having my drone in sight. I flew it over a house to try to get the front view of the house while I was still in the back of it, and I wasn't able to see my drone. So I had obstacle avoidance on, of course, but it's still, you still just need your eyes on your drone all the time. Little things like that will happen. It is still perfectly fine and it operates, and the propeller did break, but it was an easy $13 fix. I just bought a box of propellers off of Amazon and clicked it on, and we're good to go, back in business. Now, to answer the initial questions, of course, I do think you need to get your Part 107. I'm not an advocate for doing something illegally. The same way you can technically drive a car without a driver's license, I would not recommend it. And that's not only because of the legal compliance, but there are just rules of the road. And the same thing with the drone, there's just rules of the air that allow you to learn and pick up new skills. With that being said, since I do believe you should have your Part 107, there's more to it than just the legal compliance. I believe that it's very beneficial to you as a filmmaker or videographer, especially if you're running your own business. It expands, it opens doors for you that you can make more money. And if you're looking for new ways to increase your rates, like I think we probably all are, this is definitely a way that you can bump up the rates that you charge your clients. I know a lot of people currently who are drone operators and they just choose to not take the route of taking their Part 107 test. For myself, I was looking at YouTube videos. I looked at one YouTube video on just basic knowledge on the Part 107, and I went in to take the test the next day. And I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, so I know if I can do good on the test, anybody can. But I got a 75%, which is a passing grade. I do believe I could have done better, and this is just watching a YouTube one day and then going in and taking the test. Primarily when I got in there to take the test, the things that confused me the most were the maps, but everything else just was basic common sense knowledge. Now, if for any reason you did fail, all you need is 14 days until you can retake the test, and there is a fee to take the test. Now, there have been times where I was on a shoot with someone and they were flying their drone, and because I didn't know the law, you know, civilians will see a drone and they get kind of nervous, and they would say, well, do you have a license? Do you have a permit? And initially you just get kind of nervous because you don't know what to say. You don't have a legitimate license or a permit for your drone, which you need to have. So anytime that would come up, I would just put my drone away, or I would suggest people just put their drones away so that we don't get in any trouble. And most of the time, you know, we were able to just continue shooting. But for the far chance that we do end up getting stopped or asked by an officer, you know, do you have a license to fly or do you have a permit? You always just want to be on the safe side and say yes, and not have to deal with a hefty fine or them taking your drone. So if you are thinking about it, I will definitely recommend it. It does set you apart from other people who just have a drone. And there's just something about being able to put this around my neck, because I did get this FAA lanyard to just wear whenever I'm flying. Whenever I do this and I'm operating my drone, I feel legit. Like, I feel like nobody can tell me anything. Ultimately, the benefits of having one of these is substantial. Of course, one is just legal compliance. If you do something, you want to do it legally, just don't give anybody any reason, especially the FAA, a reason to fine you or take your stuff. The second is just professional opportunities. As I mentioned, not only are you able to bump up your rates, but if you wanted to do something in a bigger realm in the film industry, they require you to have a license, and you don't want to miss out on a big opportunity because you chose not to get one. Now, whether that be surveying for a construction company or even in the higher end film industry, you just want to make sure you have all your T's crossed and all your I's dotted. Another one is safety. You're able to kind of decline certain jobs if somebody may want you to just fly over certain things and you know legally you can't do it. You definitely have an increased revenue potential. Just being legitimized with the license, you're able to actually charge more in a legitimate fashion. You're not just charging because you have a drone and you watched a couple YouTube tutorials on how to fly it. You actually took the time to learn, take some training, and get your license to set you apart from your peers or maybe your competition in your city. Another one is, I would say 5 is knowledge expansion. For myself, I love to learn, and whenever I learn, especially tech, I get excited to go and use it. Whether that be lenses, camera bodies, drones, lights, mics, whatever it is, I love to learn and apply the knowledge that I have. To wrap it up, I don't want to make this video too long. The Part 107 essentially is for anyone who is looking to flying their drone commercially. And if you know you're going to be in the filmmaking industry for the long haul, why take the risks to not have it? Obviously, you can hire out your drone pilots or get stock footage of areas that you may need footage for. You don't have to buy a drone. I know plenty of filmmakers who do exactly what they do, and they don't have a license. They don't have a drone because they don't fly. They just outsource that to actual drone pilots. Of course, you can do that. But if you are in the realm to getting one of these and just making sure that you're legitimate, that you can increase your earning potential and as a gateway to new opportunities, I highly recommend that you get your Part 107 as soon as possible. Now, if this video was at all beneficial to you, please like, share, subscribe. So that's it, guys, on the Part 107. I'm sorry that I had to use a little clickbait on crashing the drone because it technically is fine. But that's my take on the Part 107, and I will see you guys in the next video.